Good morning, everyone. Exodus 20, verse 12 says, "Honor your father and mother, so that you may live long in the land the Lord God is giving you." Now, we know that Exodus talks about how the Israelites left Egypt and then their 40-year journey along the path all the way to the promised land, which was in Canaan, where Israel is now. And the people were counting on this thing for so many years, and it took Joseph, Moses, the wrong side of the story, it took Moses a long time. It took a lot for God to make Moses into the man that would lead his people out of Egypt. Uh, God called me into certain things in my 40s, and now in my 50s, I'm doing something brand new. And every time He says, "Okay, now this is what you're going to do, this is how it matches your business, and this is how it matches your ministry." And all I keep saying is, "Lord, like I'm not 20 anymore." And then He always reminds me of who I was when I was 20. I'm like, it wouldn't have worked for that girl. This lady it's working for, but that girl it wouldn't have for. And then He always reminds me, and this is what's so funny. He always reminds me, but Moses was 80. So part of me is a bit proud, so you have to forgive me. Part of me is like, gee, it didn't take me as long as Moses. I'm brilliant. No pride there. And part of me is going, well, I've got 30 years on Moses. I have 30 years to do this thing. And I think I can. I think I can. I'm like a little uh, train. But Jared says, so in this Exodus, a lot of the law sprouted out of, or grew out of the Exodus, um, because that's when the priests, the Levites, were kind of um, made. So the tribe of Levi was the tribe of priests, and they were the ones that then helped develop the law and help the people keep the law, and all that. The hierarchy in Israel grew from that. And so Exodus was a very these are important scriptures, because on that you springboard into the rest of the Bible, and you see how the Israelites worked with the 10 commandments that they had in the Exodus, and this is where they became a nation. And God was so he and this is what I want to show you. God was such an intricate God that he even looked at relationships. Now He's a relational God, so you and I who realize that this relationship with God is very important to Him, um, sees this as quite kind of almost mundane, because just honor your mother and your father. And then there's three ways in which it's kind of three areas in which this works. Sometimes you wonder if your children, your teenage children, know what that means, is to honor their mother and their father. But the question is, because they talk to you so badly, or they just ignore you or dismiss you, or but the question is, are you an honorable father when when children become teenagers? Well, are you an honorable mother or father when they become teenagers? They start realizing their little windows go open, and they're like, I think my dad's a bit of a hypocrite. I think my mother's a gossip. I'm like, cannot trust them. Jeepers, they lie about stuff, eh? Um, and they start. So how do we expect a child to honor you if you are not honorable? Then the other thing is, how can you expect your young child to honor you if you do not honor your parents? If you do not look after them and nurture them and love them and give them a space at the table, even if you did not think they deserved it. Because there comes a point in everybody's life where you wonder if your parents deserve your love. First of all, you yearn for theirs, and then you see their reality, and remember, they're just human. They are just human. They are not perfect. And then you've got to decide, and it's not a bad thing, you've got to decide, do I give this person space at my table in my life? And one way or the other, are you going to honor your parents? And then the other thing is, if you do not honor your parents. Oh, and then when they get older, that's the other one. When your parents get older, and they need to be loved and nurtured regardless of their disabilities, because that's what inevitably happens to old people. They can't hear, they can't see, their bodies start giving in. Do you honor their honor? Do you give them grace for that which they are not perfect at, just like you would a child? And if you do, then you honor God. And if you don't honor God. So if you want your teenager to honor you, honor them by being honorable. And if you don't understand what honor means, go and read the Bible and see how Jesus had relationships with his the people that follow him, with his apostles and the group of women that followed him. See his relationship with the people all around him. See even his relationship to the hierarchy. And do note that when he died, he made sure his mother was looked after. This is important. We need to have honored our parents, and we need to be honorable if we want to be honored by our children. Have a wonderful day, and we'll speak again tomorrow.